What goes on, guys? We're back again with yet another review, and today we're going to be taking a look at the brand new Jazware's at the brand new Jazware's Toys Pokemon Select Trainer Team Series Ceruledge. Now, Ceruledge is not one of my favorite Pokemon. I definitely want Golisopod though. He's pretty awesome, but there's a barcode if you're looking for it. Again, this is a Target exclusive, but I'm kind of all in on this line for the most part on new Pokemon. I've only missed two, and it's because they made smaller versions of them. I skipped on Flygon and Toxtricity because I'm fine with the smaller versions of them, but I saw this one and I had to pick it up. So without further ado, let's go ahead and open this up. So, taking Ceruledge out of the packaging, I gotta say, I'm more impressed with this than I thought I would be. It definitely has some issues and some things that I'm not a big fan of, and we'll talk about those along the way, but there are some things that are some of the nicest I've seen on an action figure in a long time, and that is not something I thought I'd say today. But this, I mean, just look at that. Looks awesome. So, I'm taking a look at the head sculpt here. Ceruledge's head always, messed me up, because, you always want to think that, these are their eyes, but their eyes aren't here. This is like a helmet, and I think they did this beautifully. The thing that I was talking about that is, one of the best I've seen on an action figure in a long time is the paintwork on this. The ombre from, this, bluish indigo to pink fade is beautiful. Really, really well done. I like all the bright, vibrant pink. I just love the color scheme on this Pokemon. It looks awesome. You get to see all the very clean paint. Looks good. All original sculpt as always with this line. I don't think they've reused a mold for a different character once. But look at the ombre on this. I don't even think the camera's picking it up the way it needs to. It just looks beautiful. Beautiful. Very clean. Very crisp. Very good paintwork. And then obviously you get their weird legs and stubby feet. So, yeah. This looks fantastic, and I have, little to no complaints about it. The only complaint I have is I wish that they put some effect parts in here. That would have been really nice. Obviously, with this line, we tend not to get accessories. But also, I think it would have been nice if they did something a little bit different with the articulation in the legs, just because they're really not going to stand on their own. If you really try to finagle it, you can kinda, but any type of dynamic pose is just not going to happen. So the only accessory it does come with is this figure stand, and this is the worst I've ever seen it. This thing sucks. These do not stay in. It won't even hold the own weight of itself for this one up top. Literally will not stay in. So that's frustrating. It's really frustrating, especially for a character who really needs it, and it it doesn't fit in their back. It's really tight. And then look, it's gonna fall out. Okay, so let's see. Maybe I'm nope. I was gonna say maybe I'm wrong, but I'm not. So these figure stands suck. If you're going to keep giving them to us, that's fine, because some of these characters are going to need it, but at least make them work. These are terrible. Very bad. I'm going to take one of my other ones from a previous figure, and that should work a little bit better, but it's just, it's terrible. So, taking a look at the articulation here, it's actually pretty good. So, the head is going to look up and down and pivot and all around. So, pretty good head movement. I like that. Very good. Shoulders go up pretty much all the way. Just be careful which way you're angling them. These shoulder pads, this is the first time it's actually come off, but they just pivot on these little double ball peg things. I don't really know what that is, but it works really nice, and definitely allows for some good range. Double jointed elbows, which I'm happy that they did that here. And then the sword blade arm things will swivel. So I like the arm articulation. That's nice. You do get a little bit of a diaphragm joint in there. That's pretty cool. It'll rotate a little bit, kind of just for slight adjusting poses. Now, the legs are where I kind of have my issues with this figure. They don't go out very far at all. That's as far as they go. And there's kind of no reason for that, to be honest. They really do not go forward and back well at all. And the plastic just gets chewed up at the hip. And then you would think you just have a solid swivel here, but it's not. only goes that far. Why? That is such a weird hindrance. And same with the double jointed knees. That's straight and that's full extended. Look at all that joint that's not being used. And obviously there's nothing at the feet because they don't really have feet. But I don't know. I wish they put like a ball peg on here so that you could angle this side to side and it would maybe help with standing a little bit, because I hate using figure stands for my displays. It just takes the magic out for me. Not a big fan of that, but it's not the end of the world. And you know, I'm gonna give them a little bit of slack here. This is a really hard design to come up with something that would be able to stand on its own. But knowing that, the figure stand should have been better. Like, I'm actually really trying to get them to stand here, but whatever. So good articulation from the hips up, but the legs kind of suck. Here they are next to the NECA Toys King Kong, along with the Jazware Fortnite Series Peely. So pretty appropriately sized, maybe a little big, but I think it's a perfect figure for this series. Here they are next to the McFarlane Toys Dark Knight Returns Batman, along with the Hasbro Marvel Legends X-Men Series Darwin. And then finally, here they are next to the Hasbro Marvel Legends What If Series Zombie Captain America. So you're probably wondering, yo, Ant, what are your final thoughts on this figure? Because you've kind of been going back and forth, and you know, I am going back and forth on if I really like it or really don't. The figure stand is the most frustrating thing about this. So if that's, you know, I guess if that's your most frustrating thing, that's a good sign. But this is driving me nuts. The stand is. But if, and as you can see here, if you get the stand to work and you get her in a good pose, or him in a good pose, I guess this Pokemon could be either one. That's why I kept saying they. But if you get them in a good pose, it looks awesome. And I'm not upset about the way that it looks. But it's just getting that pose because of the lack of articulation in the legs, which again isn't really Jazware's fault, that kind of hindered you from that. But taking that all into consideration at a price point of still $19.99, this is still a $19.99 line. I'm still going to give it like a 7. I really, really like it in that regard, but it definitely has its issues. But this paint job alone is some of the best I've seen in a long time. So with that being said, I believe that's all I got for today. If you have not already, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Also be sure to follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and Letterboxd. I post a lot on all those apps, and I have a great time, and I'm sure you will too. But as always, let me know. You copping? See you guys in the next one. Peace.
What goes on, guys? I wanted to hop on here again and thank you all for watching, and to let you know that if the following apps interest you, feel free to follow me on them, as I put the links in the description for you guys. I really appreciate everything you all do for me, so DM me with any questions or thoughts. I'd love to sit and talk with you all. Again, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.